I never wanted all those things. People need to justify my life.
1979 was a year when the airwaves felt electric. Unexpected voices climbed to the top, left one unforgettable track behind, and then disappeared into legend. These are the 10 one-hit wonders that define that moment.
1. My Sharona by The Knack.
When you gonna give me some time, Sharona? Will you make my motor? When you gonna give me
Let's begin with a riff that still sparks instant recognition. My Sharona by The Knack. Born out of a jam session and inspired by lead singer Doug Fieger's real-life crush on Sharona Alperin, this song exploded onto the charts.
Come a little closer, or will you close enough to look in my...
Sharp guitar lick and urgent vocals carried an energy that felt raw and fresh on the radio. Listeners didn't just hear a crush, they felt the pulse of youthful obsession wrapped in a hook so strong that a single play was enough to make it stick.
The game in my mind, Sharona. Never gonna stop, give it up, such a girl.
My Sharona became the Knack's defining achievement, an anthem of summer afternoons, crowded record shops, and the promise of rock's endless possibilities. Even today, the very first note instantly pulls you back to that moment in time.
2. Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. If there was one track that captured the spirit of change in 1979, it was Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. Trevor Horn and Jeff Downes built it from shimmering synths, crisp electronic layers, and soaring vocals, a sound that felt futuristic, sleek, and unlike anything before. This wasn't just a pop single. It was a time capsule of a world shifting from the roots of rock toward a bold new electronic era. The lyrics spoke to both excitement and heartbreak, reflecting a moment when technology was beginning to reshape music itself. Beyond its chart success, this song made history. It launched MTV's very first broadcast in 1981, forever tying its name to the dawn of music video culture. Even decades later, its bright, buoyant energy still feels fresh, reminding us how overnight pop music could redefine itself and open the door to an entirely new future.
3. Ring My Bell by Anita Ward. From disco dance floors to mainstream radio, Ring My Bell by Anita Ward was impossible to ignore in 1979. Its crisp percussion, upbeat groove, and sparkling production gave the song an energy that immediately stood out. But what truly carried it was Anita's voice, smooth, clear, and filled with warmth. Originally written as a teenage-themed track, the lyrics were reworked, giving it a more mature, flirtatious feel. Combined with Anita's gospel-trained vocals, it became more than a simple disco tune. It was a crossover smash. Within weeks, Ring My Bell climbed to #1, where it held steady as people filled dance floors across America and beyond. For Anita Ward, this became both her breakthrough and her peak. Even today, its irresistible beat and sing-along charm secure its place on retro playlists, a timeless reminder of how one perfect groove can capture an entire era.
4. Pop Music by M.
Shaking, selling like a hot cake. Try some, buy some, beat by four. Talk about.
Quirky, playful, and instantly addictive, Pop Music by M perfectly reflected the lighter, experimental side of late 70s pop. Robin Scott, performing under the name M, took inspiration from how pop music seemed to surround daily life like background noise. Instead of dismissing it, he turned that repetition into art, transforming it into a hypnotic, celebratory track.
Just played it. London, Paris, Munich, everybody talk about pop music.
With its bright synths, cheeky spoken lines, and simple groove, Pop Music was a song that didn't take itself too seriously, yet it connected with audiences across the globe. It topped charts in multiple countries and even found unexpected success in the US, proving that pop could be both tongue-in-cheek and universally appealing. Every time its beat kicks in, it sparks that rush of nostalgia, reminding us of roller discos, neon lights, and a moment when pop music wasn't afraid to laugh at itself while still making you move. 5. Born to Be Alive by Patrick Hernandez.
But I never wanted all those things people need to justify my life.
Few songs captured the pure joy of disco quite like Born to Be Alive by Patrick Hernandez. From its very first beat, the track explodes with energy, driving bass lines, bright strings, and a rhythm that feels like a non-stop celebration. Hernandez took a simple phrase, Born to Be Alive, and turned it into a global anthem about freedom, release, and living fully in the moment.
Born to be alive, born to be alive. You see, we're born.
What's remarkable is how quickly it spread. The song first became a sensation in Europe before unexpectedly conquering the US dance scene. Within months, it was spinning in roller rings, thumping in clubs, and climbing radio charts everywhere. Born to Be Alive is one of those rare tracks that never seems tied to a single time or place. It's timeless in its simplicity, proof that sometimes all you need is a driving groove and a message that makes people feel unstoppable. Even now, decades later, it still ignites dance floors with the same unstoppable spark. 6. Just When I Needed You Most by Randy Van Warmer.
Now I miss you more than I missed you before and now.
Amid the disco beats and high-energy anthems of 1979, Just When I Needed You Most by Randy Van Warmer stood out like a quiet confession. Built on gentle acoustic guitar and a soft vocal delivery, the song radiated honesty and intimacy. Van Warmer wrote it after a painful breakup, while feeling far from home, and that real, lived-in sorrow comes through in every line.
Now most every morning I stare out the window and
There's no heavy production, no grand theatrics, just simple lyrics that feel as if he's speaking directly to you. That's what made the song so powerful. It climbed the charts and became his signature hit, resonating with anyone who'd ever known heartbreak and loneliness. Though it was his only major chart success, its legacy is lasting. Decades later, Just When I Needed You Most remains a touchstone for those who find comfort in music that mirrors their own fragile moments. A reminder that sometimes the quietest songs echo the loudest in our memories. 7. Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now by McFadden and Whitehead.
Don't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together.
If disco ever had an anthem of resilience, it was Ain't No Stoppin' Us Now by McFadden and Whitehead. From the opening groove, the track radiates optimism, smooth vocals layered over a bass line built to make people move. But its power went beyond the dance floor. Before stepping into the spotlight themselves, Gene McFadden and John Whitehead had spent years writing and producing for others, crafting hits for artists like Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes and the OJs.
If you've ever been
When they finally took center stage, they poured their own story into the lyrics, overcoming struggles, refusing to be held down, and celebrating the freedom of moving forward. The result was more than just a party song. It became a soundtrack for weddings, celebrations, and even sports arenas, anywhere people needed a shot of motivation and joy. Though it would remain their only major hit as performers, its message continues to echo across generations. Unstoppable spirit set to an irresistible groove.
8. You Take My Breath Away by Rex Smith.
You smile and it's okay. You take my breath away.
In a year filled with disco lights and pulsing beats, You Take My Breath Away by Rex Smith offered something softer, romance in its purest form. With smooth melodies and heartfelt delivery, Smith leaned into his background in musical theater, giving every note a polished sincerity that felt more like a personal confession than a pop single. The song was originally written for a TV movie, yet its tender charm resonated far beyond the screen.
It's for the magic of a sunrise.
Listeners were swept up by its gentle lyrics and soaring chorus, and before long, it climbed the charts, becoming Rex Smith's only major pop success. What made it special was its simplicity. No flash, no excess, just an earnest ballad that spoke directly to the heart. Almost overnight, it became a favorite for slow dances, weddings, and those intimate moments where music becomes memory. Even today, when people hear it, they're reminded that sometimes all it takes is honesty and a soft voice to leave a lasting mark.
9. Get Used to It by Roger Valduras.
Stronger, coming on so much faster. Get used to it.
Laid back, breezy, and effortlessly smooth, Get Used to It by Roger Valduras carried a different kind of energy in 1979. At a time when disco and electronic sounds dominated the charts, this soft rock gem offered something more relaxed. Its easy guitar lines and calm vocals created a feel-good atmosphere, the kind of song that didn't need to be loud to leave an impression.
Don't let me down. You pulled me in, so don't turn me around.
Before this breakout moment, Valduras had spent years in smaller bands, working tirelessly to find his own sound. With Get Used to It, he finally struck the right chord. Its simple, catchy hook and message about strength in relationships resonated with listeners, earning him his one true hit. Though his time in the spotlight was brief, the track's unappreciative charm has given it staying power. Even now, it feels like a snapshot of a gentler side of the late 70s. Proof that sometimes all you need is a clean melody and a bit of heart to win over an audience.
10. Gold by Jon Stewart.
Driving on a can, singing to my soul. There's people out there finding music.
Closing out our list is Gold by Jon Stewart, a track that shimmered with a laid-back California vibe. Built on steady bass lines, smooth guitars, and Stewart's warm, conversational vocals, it felt different from the heavier sounds of the time. Instead of chasing trends, Stewart trusted his instincts, crafting a song that flowed with ease and carried the cool atmosphere of late-night radio.
Rhythm in his hands as he's tapping on the cans, sings rock and roll in the shower.
Though he was already a respected folk musician and songwriter, Gold marked his only major breakthrough into the pop charts. A key part of its success came from the studio magic surrounding it. Recorded in Los Angeles, the track captured the city's energy and even featured Stevie Nicks on backing vocals, adding an extra layer of polish. The song became Stewart's signature hit, proving that stepping outside your comfort zone can sometimes lead to unforgettable results. Decades later, gold still glows with that same mellow charm, a reminder of how one unexpected moment can define an entire career.
And there you have it, 10 unforgettable one-hit wonders from 1979. Each of these songs burned bright, owned their moment, and then slipped into legend. From the dance floor spark of Anita Ward to the futuristic vision of the Buggles, from Randy Van Warmer's tender heartbreak to Jon Stewart's golden groove, they remind us how music can capture a year, a feeling, or even just a fleeting heartbeat in time. But here's the thing, one-hit wonder doesn't mean forgotten. These tracks still echo in roller rinks, weddings, radio countdowns, and playlists today. They take us back instantly to the smell of vinyl sleeves, neon lights, and the thrill of hearing something new for the very first time. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these songs still lives rent-free in your memory? Did we miss a favorite that takes you straight back to 1979? Drop your stories in the comments. We'd love to relive those moments with you. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss the next journey into music's forgotten treasures. Because sometimes the songs that only shine once are the ones that shine the brightest.